I swiped my hair. I just combed it a little bit. There's nothing like just smoothing out the rough edges. Some person saying to me right now, this makes me really uncomfortable that you talk about how you look when all the other content was just delivered. And it was all in one day. All right, let's talk about the original class that I wrote for the empty vase. The reason why we wrote it. Let's talk about the outdoor SITH setup as a response to my presence in London in a really hipster community, kind of. More like a conservative hipster community. They have trash everywhere here. They have a really big trash problem. Yeah. Like they don't even have trash cans. They just have giant bags on the street where everybody dumps all the trash all over the street. Let me say that I get this again. It's a fancy hipster. It's like a conservative hipster part of town. Trash everywhere. All right. So I posted the stuff online from Chris that I downloaded. Our Soul Love Affair Through Lifetimes. Just being reviewed and called upon because he still needs to work with me in the future if we were ever going to build a school together. So we have a fake Archangel Kamael marriage. It doesn't matter if it would be romantic at all. It doesn't really care because at the end of the day, it's still Archangel Kamael and Archangel Kamael. Okay. Now, I put up the Marshall Mathers page. And the first thing I get, one of the first things I get was outside my door, and it was this. It was just left at my gate. So then you imagine, what's the D code and the read? Because you know they've seen all my videos or something. Because they have the rainbow bridge at Dot with the alien green guy. So it kind of looks like a Marshall Mathers implant, right? Because he's Yoda. Hi. It's also like air. There's also an old teaching from I Am Not Hot Air. Could be air is. Air is this. And then there's this like lay, like rainbow lay. So that reads as rather hostile. This is just left outside. And then beneath it was an Estella bottle cap. It's hostile because you don't really know who it's from. But the day before, or 3 days before, we felt Chris Pratt gritting this whole neighborhood, and there was a radius on it. At least with his superpower Luke Skywalker thing going on. So you know he, set a grid. It was intense. But we don't know who this guy was from physically. And so Chris Pratt can set a grid magically and attract a demon. Know it. My response was a healing remedy for Chris. The only problem is that how do I even accept a gift like that when I'm like screaming for help? And it's not really an empathy response. It's not a well thought out, like, there's no signature. It also came with an entire rewrite of the street I live on, where they implanted many gifts like that, including newspapers where they actually ripped out secret words or phrases. Here's this. So this newspaper, and then this newspaper. And they planted it in very obvious areas that I would pick it up, right? It's really fascinating to see what Ray will pick up, pun intended. And then you read, it says security waits. Your security waits. But then the next day, I go and I get PSYOP trained on, right? I was fed fake cyanide. So then this reads rather hostile. 100% actually. Especially when you know that in my bedroom is this. And I don't put my computer with the video recording on in my bedroom. It's another troll. It's a rainbow troll against another troll. So I wrapped him around my queen sweatshirts because it was producing cord cutting against Star, actually. Because Star was binding to my clothes, and when I did that, it produced a certain alchemy to burn her away in the astral planes. So to find this is, do you have a camera in my bedroom? Your security awaits. Fake cyanide. With all the black bag tags. They also gave me a Batmobile. And they did what? They cleared the street, and then they not cleared the street. And this was before I did this. No more ascension. Now it's a planet invasion. Mommy. Because Mother Odessa didn't like anything that was done outside my home physically at all, and it all felt like Sith and antagonistic and hostile. Because a real sixth houser with security would be anti-crazy making instead of patronization crazy making. Because they would have passed third house and fourth house and fifth house. So it's definitely Sith. I said that it was Kylo at best. Seriously. That level of evil at best. There are checks and balances to security houses. And if it's the FBI, they would come with like actual paperwork and less crazy making signs or signals. They might also be honest and upfront. We will see. FBI, please tag us in this video so we know to watch it. So just their astral is saying that, it's selling it. So that's where Mother Andromeda, ODESSA, goes Dracarys. Absolutely no way. This woman was assaulted for 14 years. And this is the response. It's not very clear that it's positive at all. Especially when they came in with a full team and you could tell with the amount of work they did and how fast they did it. All right, we're going to start with the original. When they left that sign, if they're not A&R workers at all, they scheduled their whole family to execution. And they didn't even realize it. Yeah. Those people aren't ascending. They're being purged off the planet for harassment and hostility and gang rape and threat. And if they are on the A&R squad, bad, bad, bad. Not clear. At all. Where do we get to the point? Here it is. When you are really advanced at anything, There is an escape velocity resonance curve. Let me do that without stammering. There is a cosmic jump to get from the second level to the first level and go prima. There is an escape velocity resonance curve. For me, it was, if I get too advanced, I will be not able to communicate to anybody about anything. Because I was still stuck in my brain and holding myself back. I was in that black swan paradigm that Natalie Portman gets stuck in that movie. You're holding me back. No, 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 the teacher says. You are doing that to yourself. That is nonsense. But when you're a smart person, you analyze how people respond to what you say continuously. And you gauge their level of intolerance to literally everything. So the more advanced you get, it feels like the less you're ever going to be able to communicate. Because now you're just a dragon. There's a Harvard study. God, how low bourgeois for me to reference this. So that's my level. The fact that I would have to reference a Harvard study or anything is bourgeois. I can only teach or train a student when it's in a 30 level resonance differential. That means if you're watching my videos to become a student, it's because you're an ascended master. Or within that 30 level spectrum. Same thing with ODESSA. ODESSA is so intelligent, she can only get through to people within a 30 level resonance spectrum to her. So she can only get a teaching through to me if I'm in that resonance differential. Let me say that again. It doesn't matter if she's the god of goddess. Maleficent. In outer space, to just time travel knowledge, genetics engineered, like, she cannot get through to me unless my brain space is within a 30 level resonance differential. It took her 14 years to download why an Egyptian death ceremony is 100% mandatory. And what crossing the abyss really would mean. Now, when I originally wrote this, I was doing conversations with Spielberg in my brain and Sorkin, and we were going through self-reduction. And my end statement was, okay, I can only teach a student within a 30-level resonance differential. Okay, so I starved to death. So nobody's gonna pay for my class. I'm never gonna attract a group of people. What I didn't get was that it meant alien invasion. Because Odessa's attracted to Adam Cadmans and not attracted to non-Adam Cadmans. And so is Mother Earth. What a great Collie Run out punchline. We have more to say. So my precognitive ability was dim because I was only measuring off of past experience. It's either you or them in Odessa's mind. It's you imprinting this new higher philosophy reality world, or it's them. And then what does that mean to the mirror prism in the long run? All right, skinny magic. I haven't talked to my nieces in 3 years. My sister refuses to allow me contact. So we are forced to communicate only in the astral and bond that way. So Isla astral teleports and communicates to me all day long, or used to. She came to me when I was on the bus one day. She was going, "This is my skinny magic. I am never skinny enough." And Isla's a stick. She's 8 years old. But that's what she says, and that's what she talks like, and that's what she sounds like. And I thought in my brain, that is the only time I've ever succeeded at anything in my life was when I'd said I'm not enough at something. Not when I was already okay. If I was okay at something, my boundaries would slide and I would let go a little too much. So self-reduction, going, I am not thin enough, or I'm not beautiful enough, or I'm not anything smart enough. I don't talk well enough. I don't smell good enough. For me, it's I'm not safe enough and I'm not shadow grounded enough. I am not karma clear enough. I am not highly elevated spiritually enough. I am not Kabbalah master enough. when I was in Gryffindor. I was not Gryffindor enough. I was only still Slytherin, so now I definitely have to kill all the Nethok in my blood. And then still produce a Slytherin bone grafting. Still knowing, nah, it's still 2 Nethok. It's, yeah. For Ravenclaw, I am not smart enough. 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 So you're always seeking for the clever. That last video is inane. Oh, I dropped an F-bomb. I didn't really want to. But I got heated in the moment. I just can't control myself. I cannot sound elegant enough. Self-reduction. That kind of magic is impactful and empowering. It's empowering, actually. So let's go back to Chris Pratt. I'm a little too much of a whore and a little too much of a gold digger. So if you're in a self-reduction brain, that's fine. I need to be more chaste. The mirror light out. It's pretty weird. I need to be more chaste. And I need to be more detached from materialism. So my gold digging is like, it's more a joke because I'm attracted to fine jewelry, but not Tiffany's fine jewelry, like excessive flowery. Okay. I'm attracted to Hierophant design, perfect symmetry, asymmetrical balance. I'm attracted to higher levels of art and music. So my gold digging is, I want that really fancy octopus chandelier that I will never find anywhere else, and it's mathematically insanely brilliant. So that's my gold digging. So it doesn't matter that that's my gold digging. My mother said the same thing about me my whole entire life. Judy Glenn, my mother. I am attracted to the highest quality object in the market. So if she's gonna go shopping for granite, I will find the most beautiful granite they have, and it may or may not be the most expensive. Same thing with me building the Kali Isis temple with my little sister. We will find the most beautiful acacia floors and nobody can compete with it. And it's stunning. So and I find it where at least it was farmed acacia for harvest. So it wasn't totally anti-green, but still. Acacia's an Isis wood too. Oh my God. That's enough of this. Let's read the Vanity precog. Downloads for the empty vase. Angle. What is next? I have an empty cup. Whoa. Was I wrong? Boy, did I not have a real empty cup. I thought I would be met with saving grace instead of assault threat. I thought I would be met with friendliness. And, oh my God, knife rape exists instead of threats. Threats and more threats. Boy, did I not have an empty cup at all. A lesson on process, how I do this, why I do this. So this video came, the video title is from the Friends episode. There's Kelly, there is me, and Kelly. Kelly's definitely Monica. The whole Kamayel family actually looks a lot more like Jennifer Aniston than you could ever imagine. We all kind of have a weird Jennifer Aniston look, just in a subconscious kind of way. If you look at the genetic line in my family, I look like an alien. I did not do this through parental instruction. So where did my looks come from? If you look at my mother and my sisters, I look like I was stolen from another family and implanted into my own. My mother had to do mental verification checks on that by going, you never left my side. Not to mention just DNA. We like get DNA tests, right? But you never left my side in the after birth. So it wasn't swapped, unless I was swapped. We've never done the DNA test. That's even funnier. But I kind of look like my Aunt Mel a little bit. And I have some of my dad in me. A little more than I would like. Alright. Monica and the empty vase. Let me tell you about Chris Pratt. When that guy gave Monica the poem where she was the empty vase, it felt like Chris Pratt telling me I was a whore and a gold digger. Can I say that? Too much a whore and too much a gold digger. It was that guy giving Monica just that's the beast. Do you see why Aries is the beast? Marshall Mathers will never look at me and go, "You're too much a whore." Marshall Mathers will never look at me and go, "Gold digger." Jesus Christ. Chris Pratt will. Man. So, reductionism. This is just this. This is just a hat. That's reductionism. I have now ascribed a limit to what this is. It doesn't matter if it's a key for Kabbalah. It doesn't matter if it's a teleportation gate for a bunch of aliens to swarm in and take out 8 billion demons. It doesn't matter. When I reduce this to it's just a hat, that is called reductionism. It is a normal state of human consciousness to look at Jesus and go, Jesus is nothing. That's normal. I do it all the time, but I do it in a safety mechanism way. Like, I'm not going to count that money or that card up my sleeve. I'm never going to count it. Because I know where Jesus is on the spectrum. I'm also never going to account for Mother ODESSA, ever. But I like the idea of her. Do you see how that's absolute 100% Gebera pit of hell clippeth reductionism? I am 100% alone, but I like the idea of Mommy ODESSA invading the planet. That means anything better than that, and I am okay. So I better prepare for I am alone, and maybe I'm coming with a team. Do you see how reductionism works in your favor? When you reduce your own ego to nothing, you can prepare for success, for a success. When you account for delusions, what are the delusions? The delusion I'm accounting for is that people don't actually hate me and are not actually going to try to kidnap me. So that's the delusion I'm accounting for. So I'm operating off of that fallacy still. So in my brain, because I work off of a karma mathematics spectrum, I expect other people to think about the consequences of their own actions and behavior and how it's going to affect their life in the long run through a karma mathematics spectrum. That's delusion, because none of them think like that. None of them think like that. None of them think like that, because if they thought like that, I would have a lot of friends. All right, reductionism on masters. Like, just think about the human fallacy thoughts. When you're like a beginning spiritualist, you go like, Kuan Yin, I can do that. It's just like total delusion. So I'm going to reduce 500,000 hours of sex slavery cleanup into nothing and then pretend that I'm its equal. And we're talking about Kuan Yin, like lifetime through lifetime. And yeah. So the normal human cognitive ability to discern its own delusion is very slim. Because I know I've had that my own thought like that. It's like people looking at Misty Copeland going, yeah, that's doable. Even at 30,000 hours, that's still not doable. Jesus. Because she has lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And nobody's going to become Kylo Ren because Aleister Crowley is. So you don't just go, yeah, my boyfriend's Kylo. No, he's not Kylo. Elijah Wood is, because Elijah Wood's Aleister Crowley, which is also Osiris, and he has lifetime after lifetime of that dark side of the Force and being a demon. So, reductionism, when you falsely parallel yourself as an equal, just because your ego's just because your ego's huge. So just because Kylo Ren can do something in a movie doesn't mean that Elijah can do it right now. But he has the potential to be able to do it. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe is never going to be the Harry Potter that Elijah Wood has the potentiality of. Ever. Sorry, Daniel. Because it comes... Just this. Reducing ODESSA. Whoa. Okay, so reductionism. So we do that to them. So they, in Ravenclaw, automatically go, it's the law for me to do it to myself and override it. Let me say that again. I am responsible for how people perceive me. I am 100% liable for their perception of me. I am aware of what they are going to think about me, and I have to reduce myself to that and override it. That's Ravenclaw brain. So the aliens know that. Me reduce Misty. I'm gonna learn ballet. And she goes 300,000 hours. Not 10,000 hours. 300,000 hours. That's legit, Misty. My safest reduction response to this, the self-reduction response, is that it's a death threat and they want to gang rape me. That's my safety zone. The floor is right. Before we enter the Bagua to train in martial arts, Lucifer and I have a ritual. We go I am swine. We fall to the ground and we roll around in the dirt. I am never allowed to enter a bagua without realizing that I am literally nothing and I have only things to learn, body parts to improve, postures to improve, movements to improve. You should do that before entering this class. Before you press play, go, I am swine. That's a real, it's the empty vase. Yes, I understand that some guy actually took the time to write an entire poem or song for me explaining how I am definitely nothing. And it doesn't matter if I'm Archangel Zadkiel or Kuan Yin, who's Archangel Zadkiel. It's gonna be crucio on your ego and really rewarding mathematically. On your positive ego, it's gonna go, yeah, this is where I get better. So it has an inner reward element. Unless you're a reptile. Unless you actually have an ego attachment to the reverse. Where I go, I am not good enough, is where I become something. It's not where I go, oh yeah, I'm really advanced here. I don't look at myself like an advanced spiritual teacher, really. Or an advanced magician. You know what I look at myself as? I am not able to fight 8 billion Slytherins with my wand. That's what I look at. I am not able to fly. And where once that seemed like a fantastical delusion, it's accurate reality now. It's only precog logic. Where I go, I am not good enough, is where I become something. Because then I work at it, and I work at it, and I work at it. My mind is not strong enough. My chi is not strong enough. That's where I'm at in life. Somebody's saying, that's Ray. Yes. My mind is not strong enough My chi is not strong enough. So here are the areas in my life I say I have enough. These areas are actually bad. And it's a passive aggressive agreement I make in my brain. That goes, this is where I'm okay. I'm limited. I am fit enough. No. I cannot do an adequate pull-up. No, I am not fit enough. I have enough money. Absolutely not. But emotionally and mentally, it's there. It doesn't matter if I have $10 in my bank account. And I can go nowhere and almost buy nothing. Yeah. I have enough friends. That's also not true. My family is good enough. Nope. I am organized enough. I'm a little bit better there. My mate situation is amazing. That was what I was telling myself for 13 years. And it's really just trash. My language is good enough, and it's all just trash. This is scrap download video. And it's trash. Here is where I say I'm too fat in life. I am too criminal. But I keep working at it because I have to be the archangel of Gabriel. How do I make sure my actions and my thoughts and my wand and my everything is just not criminal? Yeah. I'm too tyrannical. Keep working on going left wing. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. I'm too hypocrite. I'm too condescending. These are the areas I work at because I go, these aren't good. And when I say I'm too this and I'm too that, because I actively go, this is my issue, I'm going to fix it. That's where I become good. The A&R work is for that at a baseline. So this is where I filled my cup by accident. My response to this was, what a great class. That is something worthy of a video. That is something worthy of an empty vase class. It's just the self-reduction. Self-reduction. Not the other 5 hours of materia in between that I just downloaded over the last 6 months. Whoa. That material that I downloaded for this class was about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, brought me to tears. Because it was profound. And it meant something. Just die. I can never, me covering Gracie's wand will always go down in infinity. Okay. I swine. When I was having the conversation with Spielberg goes, Misty is a master at self-reduction. And I go, yes. That muscle, that micro muscle, isn't the exact same as this micro muscle. Aaron Sorkin goes, I am not a good writer enough. And that's probably always in his brain. My response was ditto. You're always looking for the better angle. How to write a line to make it more interesting. I'm not Hermione Granger enough. So I'm working a lot on the Ray angle. I need to make my chi stronger. I need to make my brain stronger. But I don't like to read. I do mathematics reduction. So my best jump would be to go, I'm going to get to the books list. And maybe I will find a better life. I'm going to end this class with this. 2 things about Lucifer and Charlie. Lucifer lived off of complete parallel self-reduction. I am the bad guy up front no matter what. It doesn't matter if I'm the only person in the, or one of the only people in the pit of hell that actually produces an unconditional love vibration. So I am always the bad guy, and you will never see me playing the White Knight role. It doesn't matter if he is the White Knight. Same with Charlie or Thaumael. Charlie comes to me and goes, I am Batu. I go, there's no way that you are Batu. I am Satan. So I will never put myself on a pedestal where I am looked at as the good guy. It doesn't matter if I'm the other one that can produce a true love vibration in the pit of hell. And that's why they will always be my Dragon Kings. And that will be John Bernthal and Marshall Mathers. And if you know who they are in the physical world compared to their spiritual self, it's probably the same. When I starved to death on the beach for whales. Tried to. That's the honest level of self-reduction. I had no intention of dying. I wanted to die, and just fade off into infinity. Yeah. When I starved, I was told by God that I was the narcissist. Self-reduction begins there. You will look at a planet of 8 billion demonic narcissists, and you go, they are nothing. The narcissist is me. I still have lessons to learn. When I built the temple, the Kali Isis temple, I was a fraud. Not a narcissist, but a fraud. When I was doing this class, I was only the bad guy. I'm also the bad guy when I'm doing my non-evil A&R paperwork. I am the demon queen that does A&R paperwork that kills everybody. And when I shadow ground, I write all the demonic activity people send me, or I order someone. It's black magic. Even if in true honesty, it's the other way around. And that's the proper self-reduction reality. So you can take it or leave it. That ODESSA's mirror is the omega at the center of the planet that's going to kill everyone. Kali Ren out.